No.
Those two science thing that
not even science cover. Proper scientific stuff.
So
research.
This guy was a proper nini.
It's just that he could not get 100.
Okay.
And that's not one of the fanciest school. But the guy was really good. Like it's like the way I would say you grasp stuff without struggling.
Yeah.
So it has managed those two guys. I think I'll look for them and try to host them and hear what was their catch. But this Joshua, the difference between Joshua and this other guy is that Joshua used to get everything.
Yeah.
It may be English, maybe like the guy. But now when I hear he was always almost number last in Form 1 and up to Form 2, Term 1. I'm like, sometime, or even in general, I think there's no one who is really bad.
Yeah.
It's just sometimes if you're given enough time or there's like an epiphany moment that's happened, you switch. So, but some of us delay until it's too late.
Yeah.
Everyone is smart in general. So, what did you get after all said and done?
Your boy passed for sure.
Yeah.
I had to call myself. And people have stories outside here. Yeah?
True.
But for sure, when I called myself for that retrospect, I was like, I need to work on myself to get into uni for sure. So I remember the last exam that I did before KCSE was the mock.
Yeah.
And in my mock, from all those good grades that I used to get from Form 1 to Form 4, to Form 4 this time, my best was a C+. Yeah. But in mock, I'm seeing the Bs. In fact, I got a B+.
And that's mock. Mock is one of the hardest exams.
Toughest exams. And at that particular point, I knew, I'd already surrounded myself with the right group. I'd set my mind to succeed. And all said and done, I did get a B+.
Oh, nice.
I missed an A- with 1 point for sure. Yeah, but that was beautiful, great to actually get me into uni for sure.
Yeah. So why did you go to uni?
Yeah, so the Kenyan system, job.
Decided.
You choose 4.
Said this guy is not too serious for life.
And then they shake it. And when the nini becomes still, that's what you're going to study. Yeah? So remember we were talking about the cutoff points, yeah?
Yeah.
And physics being a requirement for you to do computer science. So when I'm going to the portal, anything computer science is blacklisted for my name. Reason being, yes, you have a good grade.
You guys even used to have portal.
Yeah, but ours...
You are the best guys who lived the best life.
But...
Because for us, you had to wait for 2 years.
But lucky you guys, look at you guys. At least you didn't have to log into something and see you've been rejected. Yeah. Because I will tell you, I did search for computer science cutoff. No, cutoff match. Subject requirement entry 0. Because I didn't do physics.
Nowadays they're that transparent. Huh?
Yeah, I didn't do physics. Now, because I can't do computer science, we start looking for anything that is computer related. BBIT, business, something. ICT, information library for CG, what for library, what. Procurement, information systems. Nowadays, there are to find courses that have information technology as part of the NINIA. And honestly, the ones that I would gain entry for was library something in JKUAT. And I think KU. At this time, also I consulted my cousin. He went to TUK. And my cousin did journalism, yeah? So he told me, you can actually apply to TUK. Choose even journalism. He said, choose even. But in my ears, I had choose journalism. And then now when you get inside,
you can transfer.
You can actually do a transfer and you need to, to another program. So I did that. First option, TUK journalism. Second option, library something, KU. And then I think that time peer procurement. The government, I think there were 2 scandals in the government and guys were getting rich through procurement. So anybody in that year was like, procurement was the thing. So procurement, even me, third option.
Get rich real quick.
Yes, KU. I think 3 months in, the Nini comes back where you've been called. Yeah, the results. And yeah, I landed in TUK, journalism. Yeah.
Nice. Huh?
So quick admission day. We did orientation. I think like a month in.
Then was it a university or still a polytechnic?
No, they had just received accreditation. I think a month later after we joined. So
Okay.
my letterhead was Technical University of Kenya.
Okay.
But even on orientation day, everybody, if you say TUK, nobody will understand
Kenya
you.
Poly, it was
People
Kenya
want
Poly.
to say Kenya Poly. Yeah. So we went through that, and then I think a month in, they had opened that interfaculty, school transfer.
Interfaculty transfer.
Yeah. Quick, who's going there?
Chief himself.
Yeah. Because I'm working with confidence.
Yeah.
I have grades. And mind you, wait, before I join uni,
I do as the guys
we
who are-
skipped Immobilis, you guys first, remember?
Yes.
So after high school, that Kagap is still waiting for you to be
You guys
accepted.
used to wait for a few months.
Yeah.
By then, yeah.
I think it was you 2 years.
Kaka is 2 years and you don't know what your fate is. Yes, you have passed your exam, but
Yes.
you don't know if you are going to Egerton in
Njoro.
the end of the world, or the other one is Masen, or what is
They'll
the
send you
name?
in Kisumu.
Or Jaramogi.
Jaramogi, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I remember I told you I had an option, yeah?
Yeah.
At least I had a plan. If uni fails, Immobilis was there for me. But the cohort that I was supposed to join, I didn't join in time because of that partial scholarship. African parents will have everything free.
Yeah.
And, I had to go and talk to my mom and tell her, hey, mom, instead for paying for me computer packages, which I already studied as computer science, computer studies in school, you can give me the other part of the money. I joined this Immobilis thing. First, my mom does not even understand this thing. She knows his son has a plan to do something. And I think she had to go and talk it out with one of her friends. And her friends
Is this Immobilis a school?
Yeah, because nobody knows about
Is it an
it.
academy?
Nobody knows about
Is it a college?
And then who says scholarship partial? Africans are, if you're saying scholarship is scholarship, is full. We don't
They should
understand
even
what
be
partial
giving you
is.
stipends.
Exactly. So my mom did talk it out with her friends as she narrates the story to me nowadays. And the friend was like, why not? Because again, if you're going to pay for computer packages, we'll also use some money for that.
Yeah.
And since he already knows that that's what he wants to do, you go look for some money and take him. So I joined the next cohort later. And mind you, for sure, it was like a reignite, more like a spark, a foundation to my career now. Because remember, I already know what I want to study. Now Immobilis is here to actualize that dream.
Yeah.
Because now I get into class, the first language I'm being taught is HTML.
Yeah.
And now I'm practicing it with CSS.
Oh.
And we're adding Bootstrap on top of it. What? So the vanilla on the cake,
that
the
was
topping.
A crazy recipe.
Yes. Bootstrap beautified everything that you used to create on top of a website. Yeah. So the course in Immobilis was called MIT. So in most time when I tell people I did MIT, they think I went to MIT, the uni. But it's called Mobile Entrepreneurship, something technology. And the key focus of that program is you learn web, you learn mobile. So it was actually web and mobile together with some soft skills, communication skills and entrepreneurial skills. So at this point in time, I am positioning myself either I am getting into employment or I am going to use, because I'm a very visionary. I realize I'm quite a visionary person, I come up with ideas. And again, since I have software as my sidekick here, because I can go and read those instructions and actually actualize it as a business model, I actually went out and built something as part of my school project. And I didn't wait for the lecturer to come and teach us for more concepts. I'll go and learn the few introductory concepts, and then YouTube used to be there. So if guys for School of Life, YouTube, and our favorite guys, Dr. Punjabs, guys from India. So welcome to my YouTube tutorial.
You start learning the accent.
Welcome to CSS 101. So I used to go and complement what I learned in class together with that.
Here we'll be learning zeros and ones. So that's no.
Yeah, that was fine. And at this point also,
Indians, by the way, seriously, they're taking over the world. But go ahead.
they should be paid. Honestly, I feel like they those guys were meant to teach the world these things. Yeah. So yeah, at this point in time, I'm building solutions already. I have an app. And at this time also, Google is coming up with some interesting programs. The startup world is also igniting in the Nairobi ecosystem.
Yeah, sure.
iHub is also coming up.
That's when I had started building communities.
Now this is now when I'm even now getting myself inside the communities. Yeah. I start attending events in iHub. I meet people who share the same concepts.
Yeah.
This time, uni. I think I've started my first semester. I'm learning journalism now. Oh, but before Apple took, when the faculty transfer came, when I went and applied for it, I walked into the deputies, academic affairs, DVC something, yeah. And I still have a beef to that guy for sure. Because I walked in and I told him, hi, my name is so and so. My dad has sent me. Yeah. Because this time also, my dad knew the VC.
They knew each other.
So even before this interfactually transfer knowledge was actually coming from the VC to my dad, telling my dad, tell your son to come and...
So that was internal information.
Yes. Now me, I'm going there with confidence, knowing, see, it's Africa. If you don't know anybody who knows anybody,
my dad knows
somebody, where are you going? Yeah. So me, I walked into that guy's office and I tell him, I want to do BBIT. I want to transfer and do BBIT.
Yeah.
He's like, show me your transcript. I give it out. He scans it 1 minute. He's like, you didn't do physics. I'm like, but I did computer.
Your problems come
I'm
back.
like, but I did computer. He's like, yeah, I know, but you didn't do physics.
You're like, so you know my dad.
And then I'm like, I'm trying to put that line for my dad. My dad is the one who sent me here. The guy told me, I don't have time for you. Get out of my office. And it was at that particular point in time
you realized
that I knew operating a camera with all those bent angles, because now hey, it's now journalism 101. Yeah. Now they're teaching camera operating class a course. Yeah, tilting and spanning.
Yeah,
zoom in, zoom out. Ilibidi. One guy in our department actually told me, you can actually do this journalism course. We also have some computing elements inside.
Ice on the is it called?
But now the computer I wanted was not what they were offering, because there was no programming in what journalism was.
Just how to
the few editing softwares,
exactly, folders, copying, exporting.
And I think at that point in time, I had to make my parents happy. I have passed in high school. I've been called to do journalism.
Yeah.
I actually did picture myself being as a journalist. Yeah, I was going to read your news, guys.
You had started perfecting pronunciation. You will hear me.
Yes. In fact, on my third year, I knew what I wanted to do.
You did journalism up to that year?
Third year, bro.
You realize no one knows your father. It's your father who knows people.
At this point, I have to be another Mr. Nyangweso, because he has built up his life to where he is. Yeah, and now I have to build up. I knew I had to know now. It's time for me now to build up a bed.
Kaka, I didn't know about this about you.
Hey, bro, it's my journalism up to third year.
Yeah,
all through.
Yes,
and I knew now when we did this class for presentation, where you have to hold a mic.
Yeah,
and now read news in Kiswahili.
So you wanted to be on the other side of the camera, not.
Well, I loved operations. I love production. Yeah. But now when they gave me the mic to practice, that was my toughest class.
Because now you cannot...
Because you need to come with a script.
Oh.
The equipments that the school had, we didn't have a teleprompter that you will read from.
So this is like high school journalism.
You go and write your own things there and then you go and present. Nikiripoti kutoka, and I'm like, no, do I want to be the guy for Nikiripoti kutoka
do you want Kigali? To be, what is that guy's name? The guy that Ruto was saying is over-reporting.
Was that, I don't know his name, Seth Olalo, I don't know, but one of those guys. I know you've watched the news. The ones who will give, after the news goes through, they'll be like, reporting
maybe our
from...
producer there should tell us his name. It's like, Yeah, Mark Masai.
Yes, Mark
There's
Masai.
Mark Masai. No, there's another guy. Anyway, you decided I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah, for sure. So I knew if I was gonna end up as a broadcast journalist, it's either I'm going to be a news anchor, not a reporter. Because at least the curriculum, you said that you end up as a news anchor, a news reporter. Either you end up in the, how do you call it, the newspaper.
Yeah.
By then, that kind of newspaper, when you see it like that, remember, they're like 150 journalists who've written stories inside there.
And they have not made it there.
They have professions, guys who have been in the industry like for 15 years, 20 years.
Only one
to
article.
get a column on the first page, it either means you are some senior editor to get your work even inside the newspaper. And that was hard for me, honestly. It was. I knew writing apana, not for me. News reporter, not for me. So I knew I'm either going to end up, if I had to be in front of a camera, either I'm going to be a news anchor. Which for now, things change, by the way. Not everybody looks good in camera. But then I knew I had a voice for radio. Yes, I did. I had a voice for radio, so I knew, if things goes in Nini, see, my dad knows someone who knows someone.
No, I told you it's about who knows your dad, not who your dad knows.
But my dad knew someone who knows someone in Kiss.
But they know
Radio Africa. Bro, me, I was ready. Third year, I was like, see me, I'll just go and replace Shafiweru. Or they give me like a side gig. Kumbe, even for your voice to be heard in radio, you also have to come from somewhere. You just don't come from nowhere and become a big guy.
You should have a following.
Yeah, so there was that.
You should be good at creating scandal more than you can speak over the mic.
Yeah, but then one thing for sure is that my dream to become a software engineer did go away.
You are still here.
All this time I am pursuing, I'm
in the community,
pushing through with my degree program.
So when we met, were you still doing journalism?
I think I did. The first time I came for an Athletian meetup, I was actually in my third year. When you guys were in Nairobi Design School, or what was it? Bishop Mbugwa, the one that was at the ground floor.
It's a Nairobi Design School.
It wasn't higher, but there was like a design school down there. That was the I was in my third year at that particular point in time. But and remember this time also, in my software world, I do not want to be employed.
Oh, you want to be an entrepreneur?
I built products. I built an app called Healthcare KE. In fact, the first name ilikuwa inaitwanga Unganisha 9111.
Wow, okay.
I actually built an ambulance hailing application. That was the first time. And I even pitched it. Facebook had just started running this program called, what was it called again? F8. There's this developer community for Facebook that was there. I'm forgetting the name.
Facebook Developer Circle?
Circles, yes. So I had applied for, they had a grant. And I went and pitched the concept. I was actually number one in Africa. And then now the final runners-up, I didn't make it because I didn't follow up with that and this was the presentation. But that got me enough cash to actually build that. And it was the first time I was now earning as an entrepreneur from something that I realized
this is real.
Yeah, I got that's the first time I've made my first 5K. As grant. It was like, we see where this can go, and you building it on top of Facebook. So here's 5K for you. And anybody who will come talking employment to me, I'll be like, shush. Mimi,
I'm a serious
I
entrepreneur.
want to build a startup.
Don't want to be a slave.
So I used to, and actually the good thing with iHub, they had built up this startup ecosystem.
There was Pivot.
There was Pivot.
Actually, started with Pivot 22 or something.
Yes, I did apply for Pivot sometime.
And then I became Pivotist because it involved Tanzania.
Yes, when Akina Sheila were there.
Yeah, Sheila. Hey, shout out to Sheila. We need to do a podcast.
Sheila went to Safaricom.
She's around. She's in the ecosystem, but
there was Sheila and then there was another lady. I think she went to Safaricom as something group something when iHub was sold.
Rotich.
There was some girl. I think
she's head of
shout out
developers there.
Yes.
She's also part of Ushaidi.
Yes.
Jessica Colasso. Actually, we have
Jessica. I work with Jessica's sister. I also work with Jessica's sister at Kiosk. a story for another time.
Nice.
But yeah, that was fun for sure. And
those are some of the amazing ladies who really
build up that.
Because Sheila was
system.
at MLab, so after
MLab,
you guys
yes,
graduated for Pivot,
and then they will be absorbed in MLab, yeah,
give you an office, more of like acceleration. Yeah, so it's kind of solid.
Yeah, and I think for sure, I did curate those opportunities, and then this is out to anybody who's trying to get out into that particular space.
Yeah.
If you find yourself, you love software,
yeah,
and you're visionary, you want to build a concept around it, and you don't know where to start, look for these communities. Look for this. I know iHub is still there, and I know there are other bigger ones that actually came, Ushahidi, and there are always so many of them that are still kind to set up. And nowadays, even in the startup world, there's a lot of grants and things that you can actually apply into. So get into that. Try to shape your idea, that app that you've built, into a business. Yeah. Because for sure, let me tell you, employment is not for everybody.
Yes.
It's not for everyone. This might actually be your ticket.
You're the first person who have had say that statement in reverse.
Yeah.
What I've always been hearing is that entrepreneurship is not for everybody. So even employment is not for everybody.
It's not for everyone, for sure.
Yeah.
It's not for everyone.
Explain.
Well, okay. Thank you for putting me in the spot for that one. But anyway, for sure.
Because it's the
let
first
me
time
let me bring you back. Okay, let me give you a case scenario.
Yeah.
I'm sure you bought milk and bread from a shop.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever had time to talk to your shopkeeper just to understand their background academically, how good they were, even uni? You'll be surprised that most of them actually went to uni. But then, yes, it's one thing that employment is an issue in the African ecosystem. Yeah. It's so hard for companies to absorb new talent nowadays from university.
Yeah.
But then there's also that factor that, and that's what's happening with most of the people.
Yeah.
I'm sure even someone who's listening right now, you have your degree. You're trying to apply for gigs. You're trying to get into the tech ecosystem. You're applying, and your email is full of "unfortunately." We regret to inform you. Please apply after 6 months.
Sure.
And it doesn't mean that
you're not good enough.
You're not good enough. And that some of these things will actually shut our inner self, and we'll feel like, no. Yeah. But then, have you ever tried to look at it, flip the coin on the other side, and just tell yourself, maybe employment is not ready for me right now. Let me try out building a concept out of this idea. Because you do have a product.
Yes.
The product that you have does provide value to your customers. So if you can bring in the business and the entrepreneurial spirit into the same, you could actually monetize your application and actually build a business out of it.
Yes, and employ people. And be more kinder.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what I mean for employment is not for everybody. Actually, you trying out entrepreneurship can actually work out for you. And even my case study for the shopkeeper, I was trying to go with this. My shopkeeper used to tell me, rather, that this shop that you see me selling you bread and milk for, this shop pays my rent. It takes my children to school. I have money to still go on vacation. And I still have a savings account, and I'm building somewhere else. You're employed. You're probably living hand to mouth with your salary, because again, salaries are meant for you to come back. And you'll never be paid enough to make you not come back. But if you try out entrepreneurship, if it works well for you, again, and I also agree with you when you said, guys also say it the other way. Entrepreneurship is not for everybody, maybe employment. But just try to see where you land.
True.
Yeah.
By the way, thank you for explaining that, because it gives people different perspective about entrepreneurship. And by the way, when I think about a shop, there's someone closely I know that ever started a shop. But eventually they realize that the profits there is like 2 bob, 5 bob. Imagine how many breads do you need to sell
to make
1,000 bob.
Like 1,000 bob for sure.
With like 5.
Yeah.
Now, when you think about that, you should be a bakery or something.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And sometimes, the stock doesn't move as fast. So you consume the stock. So there's a lot. But that explanation really is really important. So we start now learning these things, participating in competition.
Yeah, I start participating in those.
Coming back, and that's when now I meet you guys.
And then that's now when I meet Mike.
And then your life turns.
At this point, when I'm meeting, Mike is introducing things called atlassian to me. Once I'm not. I feel like the first 3 sessions that I went, I was just floating. Yeah. Big up to Ian Juma. I think it's called Ian Juma. The white guy with the, I think it was at 80.
Ian Juma. Yeah, it was at 80.
Yeah, so I used
Shout
to...
out Ian.
Yeah.
Ian, we need to, I know Ian is one guy you cannot find him if you don't know where to look.
Of course.
But Ian, if
May
you
not
listen
find
to
him.
this, we need to do something, talk about these experiences.
Yeah.
That guy, man, is a genius.
For sure,
Like,
for sure.
my God.
Like-
you know, people know the guys who really express themselves and put themselves out there for guys to know them.
Yeah.
But me, I know, like, maybe it's 2% of the guys that people know they are good. For me, on my side, at least in Kenya, I know 98% of the guys
Yeah.
who most people don't know.
For sure.
Since back in the day, you know, even
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
I started building communities, there were still guys who are solid. Some of them, of course, died, but
Yeah.
okay, sorry to say this, but that's the truth.
It's life. It happens.
But there are really guys who are really solid.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Ian Juma actually is one of them. There are a couple of them. And over time, you'll hear their story because
Come up,
everyone has
yeah.
really an interesting story
Yeah.
around it. Yeah.
So
Ian Juma comes and presents.
me, I come. This
DevOps.
guy is presenting things there, CI/CD pipelines. I'm like, what? Me, I've just learned Android
Yeah. And
Java.
HTML.
And you guys are talking about these pipelines. Me, I just know how to package this up on my laptop and upload it on
Locals.
Play Store. You know, that was just me.
Yeah.
But then now I realized, okay, so there are different venues of acquiring knowledge and actually trying to improve what you've built.
Yeah.
I now realize software does not have an end. There's always going to be an iteration of perfection,
Yes.
making it better and adding value to your customers.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's when I also get to meet you.
Yeah.
And then now associating with people who also drive the same value.
Yeah.
Again, looking back, that does shape where I am.
That
right
was your
now.
epiphany moment.
Yeah,
For lack of
I'm
better,
like, yeah, it's
better
like,
explanation.
bro, you
You
just
did
have
not graduate, right?
for journalism.
Journalism.
I did not.
You're like,
Oh,
To hell with
yeah,
it.
no, not really.
Yeah.
Me, I don't drop school.
eh.
So what
So
happened?
did you go back and graduate? Or?
No, I'm not. I'm thinking of going back though,
Oh.
but I don't know if I
And how
have
did
time.
you do your master's, Kak?
I'll tell you.
Oh,
I'll
this
tell you.
chief here is
I'll
a
tell you.
master's graduate.
I tell you. So,
Eh. But anyway, let's not go there. So you start, you tell us when we get there.
yeah,
So you now start taking software engineering properly
yes,
and appreciating the concept of proper software engineering.
correct.
Did you have to relearn everything?
There was that.
Because there is Kubernetes,
Yes.
there's
Other
CI/CD,
things
there's
coming.
bucket pipeline.
Yeah, because again, like what they teach you in school and what you're going to do in the industry.
You realize you don't know
The
anything.
sideline. The university is just supposed to teach you the principles and guide you
How to learn.
how these things, the foundations and the history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In other words,
then-
they teach you how to learn.
Yes. and then now life,
Yeah.
all the work experience now teaches you now how to curate and build proper software.
Yeah.
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 So there was I think there was a time where I had to like now start thinking, do I want to go back to uni, do computer science as an undergrad and then come back later and continue? Or do I want to do XYZ?
Yeah.
So I got into, no, I was actually pitching in an event. And the CEO for MTBA, I think, was there.
Yeah.
And then after the talk, the first time we met, I was like, yeah, we're building this solution in a healthcare solution in Kenya called MTBA, blah, 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 blah. I didn't take it serious because even me, I'm trying to set up my
Your own,
organization and one also to become a competitor.
Yeah.
And then I used to be a guy for hackathons.
Every
When hackathons
hackathon-
will come, you'll find me there. And I'm there because I know I have a solution and I either want to win money or, just push time.
Yeah.
And then there was a hackathon by MTBA again. But this time they had branded it as Kiape. Kiape is the company and MTBA is the product.
Pause. So now that you're talking about the hackathons, tomorrow we have our hackathon at Africa Leadership University in partnership with Africa Stocking here in Kigali, Rwanda, the whole day. So if you know someone and you're listening and they could come to this hackathon.
Yeah, so the hackathon, yeah?
Yeah.
So I go to KAP offices.
Yeah.
It's a 24-hour hackathon, yeah? So
Yeah.
we hacked through the night. I think at that time it was supposed to integrate to some of the MTBA APIs
Yeah.
and then build an app around it, yeah? Now here's the catch. The winner for the hackathon was supposed to be given an internship. And then at the end of the hackathon, will be awarded the smartwatch, something to and a certificate.
Yeah.
So that time I was technically good to build a product. But then when it came to pitching, I was struggling. So at the end of the hackathon, I did not win. I got a certificate.
Yeah.
And see me, I disappeared. I'm like, this didn't work out for me. The internship, blah, 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 blah. But then I go MIA for a while. I still continue building my startup here.
Yeah.
And I'm also pursuing my degree for journalism. But then later on, I figured there's this one number that keeps calling me a month in. I think something happened to my line. I don't remember. I probably lost my phone or something.
Yeah.
But then when I called the number, I was actually in a bus heading to town.
Yeah.
And she's like, hi, this is Emily, HR at CarePay. Is this Victor? I'm like, yeah, this is Victor. So Victor, I have some good news for you. I've been trying to reach out to you for a while.
Yeah.
Our CTO went through your assessment for the hackathon. And we want to offer you an internship position at CarePay.
Yeah.
It's going to be we are not going to pay. Like, she tried explaining the full contract on the phone. Probably she knew that I didn't have a phone and there's not going to be time again.
Yeah.
It's probably like those days where you guys used to send those things called the
Facts.
telegrams. You're like, mom sick, come home.
Oh,
you can't put everything
to save on the cost.
Like she
was
was
super
posting
expensive.
everything inside.